Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, chat? Hold on, let me set this up so I can share it on Discord like I usually do. Let me grab this. Here, copy, go to Discord, and let's post it right here, and then let's get started. I have game dev of Evie right now, if anyone wants to join. All right, let me set this up. What's up, Rocker? What's up, Lynn? All right, let me make sure. So right here we have actually the itinerary for today. We got to get a couple things done. Let me actually sign it. This is the first time I'm using Streamlabs instead of just Streamlabs, or instead of just OBS, so it's a little bit different. What's up, Lunar? All right, let's see what we got to do. So I'm gonna move this over here. What's up, Glow Up Unity? What's up, Unity? All right, so let's see. I gotta do a couple different things today. So first off, so in the beginning of the game, I don't know how many of you are in my Discord, but if you guys aren't, I'll post the Discord link. But I posted the first cinematic actually that's gonna be in the game. So like we have like a cinematic right now, at least for the intro scene, and as far as that goes, there's a couple things I need to touch up on, like specifically like the finger placement on the body cam that I'm going to be using. So I need to touch up on that. I need to actually fix that. But besides that, there's like a couple other things, like for example, like some sounds and stuff like that I need to really do. Yeah, I have some main menu stuff I have to do too. But most of these things I'm going to try to at least start or finish today. Like I'm probably gonna be able to finish like 4 out of 5 of these or something, because the main menu is gonna take a little while to perfect. But I'll show you guys what I'm thinking for the main menu. As of right now, I'm thinking about, like, I seen like this one post on, like, I forget if it was like ArtStation or something. By the way, ArtStation is really cool, guys. If you guys are game devs and stuff like that, for like cool inspiration and stuff like that, you can get a lot out of ArtStation. But yeah, so this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of something kind of similar to this, with obviously like the Earth rotating or something like that. I'm not sure exactly if it's gonna be this angle or if the Earth is gonna be closer or something, but obviously there's gonna be like the sun and everything. This isn't the final product, but I think something like this would be kind of cool. I'm not 100% sure yet. Like if you pilot the camera, something like this, maybe, I don't know. This is still a work in progress, and I gotta put lights in here and everything like that, but this is what I am thinking though. And I think it'll look pretty sick. Let me get out of this though, go back to the main map really quickly. All right, cool. Let me do this, change over to this. Bet. All right, guys, let us go into here and let's start working on some of the things we have to do. So let's see, let me make this a little bit smaller, and let me make it so I can move around a little bit more. Cool. So let's see. So first things first, let's change the lights in the living quarters to be all dark because the power went out. So yeah, in the beginning of the game, the power is going to be out, so I actually need the lights to reflect that. So you can see in here, like if I go into lit mode, there's like still emissive lights throughout, and all of those, yeah, they have to be dark, because if they're not dark, then it's gonna look a lot worse. You can make the Earth more like night, and lights of countries will show up. COD, Modern Warfare. What games are you inspiration for this project? There's a couple inspiration games for this project. Also, as far as the COD Modern Warfare, I'll actually show you. I actually have set that up. You could see like on that side, that's how it is. So like if I change the directional light, like the rotation, so if I do that more, you'll see it's darker on this side, so you could see like all the lights like that. But I think I want to be closer. I don't know, like, but the closer you get, obviously the worse quality it becomes. But I don't know, maybe I'll find like a 32K version or something like that, just to make it so it's way more realistic. But I'm not 100% sure yet. But Mike, for inspiration, I'm thinking like so there's this one game, let me actually pull it up for you guys. It's called Prey. There's a game called Prey. And this game has like some really cool sci-fi mechanical features that like I really like. Specifically, they have this one like dome. I think this is in the dome. Yeah, there's like this one dome portion of the game. And I've never actually played the game, but I've only seen screenshots. But this dome portion is super sick. It's like a greenhouse. And obviously there's like creatures of some sort that like infiltrate, I would guess, or something, and they're in the greenhouse and stuff like that. But that's like kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to do at one point. But also like, of course, like Alien Isolation. I've never played Alien Isolation actually, but I've heard a lot of really good things about it. So I know, yeah, that one's like a staple in like the sci-fi horror community, of course. And obviously for their time, honestly, they're really far ahead. Like the graphics and everything at that time, for it to be this good is kind of crazy. But let's I'm gonna close some of these and start working on the main map. So yeah, as I said, the first thing I really want to do is I really want to change all the emissive lights in this scene right here to actually be off instead of on, because right now they're not supposed to be oh wow, I'm moving really fast. Let me just do that. If you guys don't know, if you like move around really fast and you're like, where am I even at, you can go to your hierarchy over here and press F and it'll focus on that item. But okay, let me do a couple of things. So okay, let's unload some things so it runs smoother. Let's go here, let's unload the space station hall north, because I really don't need that right now. Yeah, that's good. All right, so what's up, Uriel? Or Yariel? I hope I pronounced that right. So yeah, basically all of these things I need to turn the emissives off. Let's see. Yeah, so like this common emissive will just be off. Yeah, it'll just be off, and I have to do that for basically like all of these. Let me see, do I have any actual light fixtures in here? I don't believe I do. And I'm gonna have this light in here flicker, so I'm gonna do that in this live stream as well, I believe. Yeah, so let's see, let's turn this one also to be off. And like things like these, like all of these also have to be off. So like I have to go into the static mesh and figure out what really is making it emissive. Here it is. This is what's making it emissive, I believe. So I could just off all that. No, see, that's not even controlling it. Oh, that should be the light on the inside. Okay, well, I should turn that off regardless because the power's going to be off. But the outside ones are powered by something else. Maybe these sign decals? Not that either. Is it the graphical decals? No. Colors. Gotta be this, right? No. Which one is doing this? Painted metal? Let's see, I changed it over here. I changed it over here to be red and stuff like that. I didn't change out here, but I changed it in here. Let's see, what was this version? Oh, that's the actual floor. Come on, let me click on it. There we go. It was that emissive, but then there's another one. It's colors 2, so it's element 2. So can I not actually make it dark? I'm new here. Can you tell me what the overall idea for the game is for the game? So basically it's like it's still in its very early stages, but just imagine like a sci-fi horror game. It's going to be like a survival horror game. It's based off like, so I guess another inspiration, since you were talking about it earlier, is like obviously like the Resident Evil games. So like there's going to be resources you need to get to unlock certain areas. There's going to be like keys you need to get, an inventory system, stuff like that. And basically like there's one character, you're by yourself, your entire crew, I'm not gonna say how they died, but they're gone, and so you're alone in this grandiose space station. which I have to completely build. I have some of it unloaded right now, but and so basically you're I'm not sure, I haven't fully developed it, but basically you're like hired by like the government or whatever to like, I guess, find new places to live besides Earth. Maybe like Earth is on its last leg or something in the future, and in doing that you need to record everything that you're doing for like documentation purposes. And so that's why like it's gonna have like a kind of body cam type of feeling to it, and in addition to that, it's like while you're in this space station, you encounter like actual like creatures that infiltrate the space station on your voyage to go to another planet. So essentially while in the space station you're now forced to fight AI and stuff like that. So there's puzzle mechanics, there's fighting mechanics, there's gonna be survival horror mechanics with health, with inventory management, with all that stuff. So it's gonna be a pretty big project. Let's all right, so let's see. So I hope that I summed that up pretty well. There's a lot more to it, and like I didn't even tell you like the biggest main idea of the game, because obviously I want to keep it like kind of a secret until I release it. But yeah, that's kind of the main concept. All right, so let's see, how can I change these emissives? Can I go static? So let me just see, is this actually it though? Like if I change this to be this, no, that's not it. That's not the emissive. Well, some of it is emissive, but is it this one? Like if I change that to glow, no, that's that. I need to know what that outside emissive is. Is it that? No. Is it this? Yes, it is that. Okay. So what I can do is, if it's the first one, right? Yeah. Okay, so what I can do then, if it's the first one, I just need to change it to be something else. What's up, Blaze? Add ray tracing. See, I would add ray tracing, and I actually might add that in the future, but if I'm adding ray tracing, it's just gonna make it so like this is an asset pack off the Unreal Engine marketplace, and so like even now these aren't optimized the best. Like the guy who created these, like he didn't make them the best. So like here, I'll show you. Let's close out some of these so I can show you what I mean. And let's see if I have, okay, good. Let me go into the map and I'll show you what I mean. So like,
no shit, Evie. I've got to go turn on that power.
So like if I go, obviously you can see now I'm lagging, and it's probably because I'm streaming, but, and also my graphics card isn't the best. But if I go into F5, you can see all of these are red. And what that means is the shader complexity is really, really high. So especially with high shader complexities, like it's harder to make it like a better optimization process for people. Have you set the LODs? Well, yeah, no, I'm gonna set the LODs, and some of these have LODs, but I'm really just gonna use level streaming with these. Like once I go into that section, all of this is just gonna despawn, because I think if you're in that section, you can't even see this whole living quarters anyways. But yeah, I'm probably gonna end up adding ray tracing regardless, to be honest. But even with ray tracing though, because of the style that it is, I'm going for like a body cam type of style. I don't know if it's really going to improve performance a whole lot, or not performance, the quality a whole lot. Do you have any input for making a simulation game? What do you mean by simulation? Exaverus. Nanite would be a great idea, and I wanted to do that, Mike, but this guy who made this version, he said in the future he's going to release it with Nanite, but like, look, so like if I go to it right now, for whatever reason, this pack right now doesn't offer Nanite. And to be honest, I don't even know why, but if you try to use Nanite on it, it'll like mess up some of the meshes. But like he says it right here, like this asset is not designed to be used with Nanite. But he did say something. I went through the reviews and like questions. He said like in the future, he's gonna make it so it is provided with Nanite. That'll be super useful. If this is Nanite, I'm trying to tell you, this will be so smooth. But I kind of want to figure out if I can just make an Nanite myself. No, I actually do need a better computer, man. I need a better, really not even a better computer. I just need a better graphics card. My shit is like whack. I have like a 2060 and it's just not doing it anymore. Example, like make a game about work-life simulation. Well, like, so for example, if you're talking about like, like, isn't there a new game that people are playing, the shopping, isn't like shopping simulator game or something like that? Supermarket simulator. If you're talking about like this isn't hard to make at all. But I mean, it's depending on how realistic you want it to be. Like this game, look how good this game did, and it's like it's not like super realistic and stuff like that. I mean, it's kind of a simulator, but like how much simulation can you really get at this quality and stuff like that? But yeah, if you mean like this, I mean, it all just depends on what you're trying to create for a simulator. And then there's also like VR ones, like there's VR work simulator game. It's like, yeah, it's called Job Simulator. There's this game. And then this game is like, in my opinion, honestly a lot better than the other one because of like how verbose it is. But is this just like a Resident Evil in space? I mean, kind of, but that's not my goal. My goal is to make it a lot, well, I can't compete with a AAA company just being by myself, but my goal is to make it my own style, and something that like I like, because I feel like if I like it, I feel like because I've been playing games for so long that it should be a good product, if that makes sense. But okay, let's see, what can I do about these? So I need it to all be like power off type of thing, so I can just change them to be just regular decal like that. Does that look okay? I mean, yeah, I think it looks all right. Let's see, if I change that to be, so usually it's just decal color, but if I just make it regular decal, and let's say I do it for this one as well, so I just make it regular decal, and I need to turn these off. So let's go to decal, no, that's the emissive, which is right here. I already turned that off. Okay, cool. So what about that one though? Where is that coming from? Oh, that's on the actual door itself. Okay, cool. So I can just change that too. So that's, I'm guessing, this decal color. So make it decals. No, it's not that one. Let's keep that as decal colors, but which one is that? I had an assignment from the university to create a simulation themed game, and my team chose a simulation pharmacy theme. If you're making, so honestly, if I were you and I was making a simulation pharmacy theme, I would really look at this game. I mean, obviously you don't have to copy all of them, especially if it's for university and it's just an assignment, but this is like a really good system to kind of just go off of. Like they have like paying for things, right? You can pay for things. You can there's like AI that comes in and picks certain things off the shelves and stuff like that. So especially if like there's a pharmacy, it's probably more AI interaction than anything. But yeah, I mean, stuff like this should be pretty easy. It's really just like making AI move to different locations and then just having a system for paying things. I wish there was a way to prevent the decal from affecting the player mesh. Do you mean like if there's a decal on the wall and you walk in front of the wall, it can be displayed on the character mesh? Is that what you mean, Lightning Thief? Because yeah, that is kind of annoying. I mean, you just kind of have to fix the placement of the decal, to be honest, but it could be definitely really annoying. Changing all of these, I'm wondering if I'm gonna wait, where is this one? Does this have any emissive? No, it doesn't. Be like, is this? No, what even is that part? See, I'm wondering if I should make it completely dark or just so dark that they have to use a flashlight. Your guides give very polished results. Thanks, Commando Kid. I try to make it as like clear and transparent as possible for you guys. Did you have any reference to learning stuff system did you have any reference to learning stuff system from a simulation game? What do you mean by stuff system? Or did I have any reference to learning stuff for the simulation game? That's not my game, if you're asking. This supermarket simulator is not my game. That's just a game I know of that is a simulator. But I don't have any reference to learning it. It's just kind of like you make so many games and you watch or you know how to make games that like you kind of know what they're doing and what they're using. Yes, there should be a layer system, kind of like the way the lighting works for Lumen. Yeah, they kind of have that with Megascan decals. There's kind of like a layer system and stuff like that. like you can put like a decal on the wall and stuff like that. I actually have to do a lot more of that actually. Like how player interacts with the buyer. I'm sure you can find a lot of tutorials on that. It's just like AI interaction though. Like you can probably randomize like what person picks what, and then they walk to that specific item, and then you'll at least with the pharmacy or with the supermarket simulator, they kind of have it so if the item is too expensive, then you won't be using it. Like they won't actually buy it. Is that off? I can just delete this. I'm just gonna delete these. Yeah, that makes it a lot darker in here. Like if the item is too expensive, they're not actually gonna leave and buy with it. So like you can probably just make a that have a dialogue random case. Yeah. So like there's definitely a tutorial on YouTube of like how to do that. It's not hard to do. You just basically need to make like a, you can do it with like a dialogue tree. You can do it with like more randomized sense. And honestly, that's probably how I would do it. How is this light coming in? Oh, it's from that. I might have to put up blocks, like cubes, to make it so the light doesn't pass through. Even though this should be double-sided, but I don't understand why it seems like it's coming through. So if you guys ever have this problem where like light comes through your meshes and you don't understand why, usually what fixes it is like putting things like this in like places where they're not gonna be able to see it in other parts of the map. Do you plan to have a section of the game outside of the station? Would be cool. I don't know. To be honest, for like my first publicized game on Steam, I kind of wanted to release it like before Halloween. That was my time that I really wanted to release it. Like by Halloween, before Halloween, that's my goal. And if I'm doing that, having a spot outside the space station might be hard. I might have one that's like if you're just barely outside, like in space, but not on like a planet or anything. I don't think. Like I don't know. It would just be hard, but I probably might be able to do it, but it would just take a while. So like yeah, now the lighting looks a lot more realistic, but even with Lumen, like the bounce lighting looks so weird recently. I don't know. I need to tinker with that. All right, so this, I'm not using this bed anymore. I'm gonna see the rect. So yeah, this spotlight's gone. All that's gone. We can change this emissive to be off. There is a lighting channel and you can change it to prevent light from affecting objects you don't want the light to go through. Even for the Halloween and the free horror assets. Yeah, there's gonna be so much cool stuff from Unreal. Do you mean Lightning Thief, when you say that, do you mean like it's in the static meshes own properties? Like if I go in here and in here there'll be like a lighting setting to affect that? Let's see. Lighting. I know there's something to like, it's like double-sided or something like that. Affect distance lighting field, affect dynamic indirect light. First off, it shouldn't. Okay, so if it's dynamic, so what if it's dynamic, it doesn't go through it at all. But that's not what we want. We want to have the dynamic lighting. But there should be lighting channels. I'll look for that. Let me see. Lighting channels. First off, shadow two-sided. Oh, here we go. Lighting channels. I haven't actually tinkered with this. So if it's 0, then it makes it so it can't go through it? Or what does 0 mean? Use two-sided lighting. Huh. I mean, that seems like it actually did something. Once I go in here, the lighting changes. But as long as the lighting's good out here like this, that's really all that matters. Basically, I want to turn off these lights so it forces the player to use the flashlight. If they're using their flashlight, it's going to be a lot more scary than if they're not. Also, let me bring back this door for a second so I can see just how dark it's going to be. I need to bring it down. And let's turn off this emissive. I'm actually thinking about making it so like the doors open and you see the flickering light in the hallway instead. So like instead of it being like this, there's it's like this, but this light's gonna be flickering. I think that might actually look better. Did you do these assets yourself? No, I actually found these assets. So like I was talking about it earlier, but I found these assets on the marketplace. They were free last month, I believe. So I got them last month. From this guy, Jesse Storm's assets. So if you want to grab them, he made it pretty good. It's usually designed for outside, but I figured let me see if I can actually make it into like a space station out, like in space instead of like on a planet. And so far, I mean, it looks pretty good. So, 0 is the base lighting setting that affects everything. If you set it to 1, it doesn't affect. I see. Okay. Are there going to be DLCs? That would also be cool if it had modding support. Modding support would mean that I would need to like actually set up the files to be like seen by the player base, because in order to mod it, you need to have like, I mean, unless they cracked it, which they probably will eventually, but modding support would be hard because like, I mean, I'm not into modding really, but does Resident Evil have like a modding support so you can mod Resident Evil or like games like that? Those single player horror survival games? If so though, what would be really cool is like if people can change out the AI boss or something like that, they can change it with whatever they want. I have an idea of what I want the AI to be, but all right, let's see, what other lighting do we have to change? We have to change this one, definitely. This one needs to be off, or maybe I can make it flicker. Let's see, flicker. That might be decent. Let's try turning all these ones off, and then we can see if we like the flicker. That's actually, this is by itself, so let's make it off. And I need to turn like this off. Did you put post-processing in the scene? Yeah, I have a lot of post-processing in the scene. So like right now I can actually show you a little bit. If I go to my lighting and I go to my post-process volume, I have a couple of different effects. So like my materials, I have 2 different materials. I have a sharpen material and then I have a body cam material, and both of them basically make it so like for one, there's like a slight body cam effect. I don't know if you guys can really see it. It's really slight. I didn't want it to be obnoxious. And then on top of that, there's like a sharpening effect, and then on the character itself, like the character camera itself, there's also something, and then I have a little bit of chromatic aberration. Just a couple of different things. Ari has modding. Yeah, if Ari has, I mean, I gotta look into modding for it, but is there gonna be any weapons? Yeah, I plan on having some weapons, but I feel like with most horror games, once you have weapons involved, it makes the character a lot less scared. So I have to see. There might be some weapons though, just not like overpowered ones. Mods exist for Resident Evil games. I'm not sure if there's official modding support though. Yeah, like people do it themselves, right? Like not like Resident Evil doesn't like say like here's how you can mod the game and like have a forum for it and everything like that. I wouldn't mind if people modded the game though. I think that would be pretty sick. Let's see, let's go to the static mesh and let's change out some of this lighting again. So this is the one, right? Yes, it is. Okay. I'm debating having like a red effect on all of these little lights, since like it's like a danger thing in the beginning. Also, if you guys haven't seen the, what do you call it? I'll actually show you guys. I'll show you guys the intro scene if you guys aren't in the Discord. So let me go to my open level. I'll play the cinematic right now. So let's make that true. And let's make it go to that afterward. Yep. Okay. So I'll play the cinematic so you guys can see. I was working on this. It took me about like 24 hours or something like that. It took me like about like 2 days to really like get this whole thing. It's only like a minute and a half, but man, it takes so much time to make first person scenes. But let's see. Does it play?
Just so we are clear.
Ooh.
You understand.
Okay, hold on. Before I do that, let's turn off this music really quick so we can get a better grasp of it.
Just so we are clear, you understand that you are not permitted to tell any persons about this besides the crew you're on board with, correct?
Correct.
You also understand that all of this must be recorded in case something unforeseen takes place, correct?
Correct. Just tell me when we're getting started.
So yeah, that's like the hand animation. That took a while. I have to actually fix some of that today. That's some of the astronaut suit.
Danger, 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 danger. Danger. Emergency power generator active. Danger.
And so now you're playing,
Shit, Evie.
and your job is
Turn on that
to
power.
turn on the power. So yeah, that's what I have so far. That cinematic actually took me a little while, but it took me about like a day, and I have to obviously fix this interaction right here. But yeah, so now there's a macro that'll make it so until I turn on that power, that beep 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 will happen every, I think, 10 seconds. So basically they have to go turn on the power after that, and so I have to make the power generation spot and stuff like that. But that is the cinematic I was working on for like, I think it was like a day and a half or something like that, and I think it looks pretty good. There's only a couple things we have to touch up. Wow, that cool. Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, Xavers. Yeah, it took a little while, but I think it's pretty good. Yeah, so I have to basically, so I have it right here. I have to fix the finger placement for one of the animations. So like if I go into the, I'll show you guys really quick. So here's the actual mesh that I used. But if I go into the level sequence, so let's go to cinematics. Here's the level sequence. If I go into this level sequence, and if I go to the cine camera, let me find it, and I can pilot it. I can show you guys once I go into this portion. So right here, when it brings it back, I want to fix it so right here his fingers, his knuckles are way more like gripping the actual thing. So you can see right here, even though it's a small detail, I wanted to make sure it was like realistic. So I added in this actual blueprint, I added a camera, like an actual camera. So if you go into it, you can see there's a little camera right here, and basically what it does is it displays what it sees onto this material right here. So like if you go in here, right here, it sees this monitor. Like it's seeing the monitor, so it's displaying it on the actual camera. Even though most people won't notice that, I thought it was a cool touch, so I wanted to add that. So yeah, basically I just have to edit like his fingers right here. I think that's like the main problem with this right now. So I just want to change his position of like his knuckles to grip the thing more. W voice actors, yeah, right? Do you think that having a character without a flashlight is better than having one? Meaning that you can control the areas of the map where there is light and where it is very dark. I mean, yeah, but what you can also do is you can kind of make it so certain areas are like your flashlight dies or something, or maybe you can make like a battery system. A lot of people do that as well. Where did you find voice actors? I don't want to say yet because I want to say when the game actually releases and everything like that, but don't they sound good? They sound pretty good. Looks awesome. How did you do the VA? Oh, voice acting? Did you hire voice actors? Again, yeah, I'm gonna tell you guys like later in the development, but yeah, I have like a pretty cool system in doing it. I have some things I implemented and stuff like that. But it does sound realistic, I feel like, especially like the man's voice. I still have to come up with a name for him, but I feel like his voice acting sounds really good. Let me play the music again. Hold on. But yeah, no, that's and then I have this macro right here which basically just it plays that sound over and over again until you turn on the power. If the power is on, then it'll stop. I thought I couldn't make a game by myself, but this gives me hope. Yeah, man, of course you can make a game by yourself. Anyone can make a game. Anyone can make a game. It just takes a lot of dedication. A lot of times when I make a game, I like am halfway through or get like a quarter of the way done, and then I hit a roadblock and then I give up, you know? And that's where, I mean, if you give up, that's like I feel like you're in a constant battle with yourself if you're just giving up every project. So that's why I said, like, especially in my devlog, I was like, I'm done giving up with these projects, you know? So I'm gonna put some time into this one. I'm gonna make sure it comes out the way that I wanted. I'm gonna make sure that I actually get through this one completely, because I really want to release this one. I really have a good idea for it. But yeah, so I should actually probably tinker with the finger placement right now. So before I do that though, like, just a tip for you guys: if you guys are gonna do anything with an animation sequence that you guys are like scared, fuck, I don't want to mess up my animation sequence, I don't want it to look worse or anything like that, I don't want to screw it all up, because I did bro, I had this whole thing almost completely done, and then I forget what I did. I think my engine crashed or something like that, and then I had to redo it, and it was the most annoying thing in the world. But what you should do is you should duplicate it, like duplicate that animation sequence, and I'll just call this one like new or something, right? I'll say like intro scene version new or whatever, or like 2 or whatever, it doesn't matter, or 3, and I'll go into that one, and I'm gonna edit that one instead, just so I have a safe backup. So I'm gonna go into this one, and as soon as his hand placement is right here, I think I'm gonna start editing his fingers. So let me go down to the mesh of the player, let me make sure I'm like this, and let me go into his actual FK control rig. Let's go into lip mode so I can see. So I basically need to get all of his finger indices. Do you have a GDD? What is a GDD? Do I have a GDD? I don't know what a GDD is, to be honest. Let's see. So I'm gonna need to make all of these fingers. So like, let's see, if I rotate this finger right here, that's the problem, kind of. Actually, let me see. Can you really even notice that it clips in? Let me make it so I can adjust this myself. I mean, astronaut gloves are supposed to be big. Do you have a game design document? I don't have one completely. I'm kind of just freeballing with like all the ideas in my head, and I have this right here, which is like this notepad where I write down everything I'm thinking for the game. But I'm definitely gonna make one and like make it a lot more organized and stuff like that, because I know, yeah, that is really important. Yeah, and I'm probably gonna actually make that really soon. Okay, I think that looks pretty decent without rotating the phone more. But let's see, like if I keep that, and then if I rotate that up, and then if I rotate this up, and maybe the pinky can kind of stay like that because I kind of can't move it. See, that isn't its own. Yeah, like if I do it like that, it would make more sense, but I don't want it to clip into the phone too much. What's up, SCH? How you doing, man? I think I'm gonna try this. So I'm gonna try to add that key, but what that's gonna do is that's gonna make it so like right here it's gonna do it, and then it's gonna go back. So what I really want is I want to do it for the specific fingers. So like okay, because yeah, it's just gonna go back to how it was before. So what I'll do is this. I'll grab the camera again. So let me pilot this camera. What are you making? I just logged in. So right now, I showed it before, but basically there's an animation sequence, a cinematic sequence in the beginning of the game. And right here, there's a problem with like, well, not really a problem, but it's more so making it more realistic. The fingers aren't really like gripping the phone. They're kind of just like flat on the phone. So we're gonna make it a little bit more realistic by making it like actually grip up the phone a bit more. But in doing that, it's kind of hard. Like you don't want to clip the phone, you know? Like so right here, if I go back into it really quickly, if I rotate the fingers more, it'll clip right through the phone, and that's not what we want, you know? Look at a real mobile phone grip. Maybe you'll find an idea. Yeah, honestly, that's not a bad idea. Let's see. So how are people gripping like mobile phone grip? I'm kind of going off of like my own idea in my head. See, it's gonna show me this. Like, no, I mean like person gripping phone or person holding phone. Let's see. How are they holding? So like even here, like his fingers aren't all the way around it. Are you using blueprints or C++? This game is honestly going to be made like 90% just all blueprints. Do you use CapCut to edit your videos? Yeah, I do use CapCut. It's really easy to use CapCut. I used to use Sony Vegas, but now I use CapCut. So like even here, like the fingers, see the fingers go clean around it. I think maybe the phone a little bigger could help you. See, the thing is, it's not a phone. That's why it's actually a camera. So like right here, there's a camera through it. And so cameras aren't supposed to be big. This is just supposed to be like a body cam kind of, which is basically to explain the post-processing that you're going to see throughout the game. So it's just gonna be like a body cam, and so basically it's supposed to represent that throughout the game you're actually looking through a body cam. That's like your lens and your scope throughout the game. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for with it. So I don't want to make it too big, because I mean, I don't really know how big cameras or body cams would really be. I feel like this is kind of a big body cam as it is. So okay, let's see. So which bone am I really? I'm messing with the index R. So what I can do is I can because that's determining location as well. So what if I split this and I just want to mess with the rotation? Oh, thank you, J Raptor, for the sub, man. So let's see, if I rotate, let's see, if I grab this right here, you'll make a VHS look. Yeah, it's kind of VHS look, but I didn't want to go too much into it. I kind of wanted to go more of like older body cam type look, with like some, yeah, like VHS type grain to it. I think it's gonna be a really cool look. Make it so the camera actor looks a bit at the camera, like in that frame on the bottom right, and grips it and puts it on. Yeah, so like you can see, like, hold on, if I go back to the actor, I have a moment where he looks at it, and instead of making it like you don't have to do the whole thing where like he looks at it and places it on him and all that stuff, I kind of did like a shortcut to kind of like blink, and then he places it on him and then looks up while he's placing it. Do you have a Discord? Yeah, I do have a Discord. I need to start linking it instead of like doing it like that. Hold on, let me actually grab the link so you can you guys can join if you aren't already in it. Generate new link, copy. Let me go here. This is the first time I'm using Streamlabs OBS. Do I have to actually sign in here? Hold on, guys. Here we go. There's the Discord link. You should be able to join that. Yeah, that should work. Let me move that over here. Cool. All right, so yeah, so like, I mean, I could do it a couple different ways. This is kind of how I was envisioning it, but at the same time, I don't know. I'm gonna have to like really tweak how the hand is placed, I believe. Let me see. So he goes right here, and then he starts gripping it. Let's see. Let me go back to it. So I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm just gonna keep obviously the location, but I'm just gonna change like the rotation of the fingers itself so that it actually like looks better. Let's see. So okay, so it's right here and then right here. So I want to change a couple of different fingers. So let me get out of this. I want to change the thumb is good. I need to change this. So as far as the rotation goes, what is the rotation yaw here? So, and then it goes here. Or is that not the one that's rotating? I mean, I can kind of always just overwrite it anyway. Yeah, OBS is the best, man. OBS is so cool. So if I do that, I can kind of just override the animation anyway, kind of like this. I can clip it a little bit and just do like that, and go in and grab this finger and just make it do that, and then just override it. Let's see if that actually works. This is again why it's good to do it on like a backup cinematic, because if it doesn't work like that, then so you can see it there, but right here it looks more so like he ungripped it. So like it's gripped right there, ungripped, then gripped again. That's why I need to fix that. How long have you been doing game development on UE? For like I think like 4 years. A fan. I think like 3 to 4 years I've been doing game development on UE. But before that I did it on Unreal, so I've been doing game dev for a little while. I've been doing it since like I think I was in 8th grade. Right now I'm in my I'm about to enter my 3rd year of college, so let's see. I just need to edit this middle keyframe where like it's like going straight again. So I just need to change that. So what I can really do is I can kind of make this like this and zoom in. So like let's see what's happening right here. So it's curled curled, and then, oh, here's the problem. Okay, so what I can do is this then. I think I can just delete all these nodes. I think I can delete all these keyframes, except for this one. Whoa, what happened with the thumb? Oh, okay, I'm gonna keep that keyframe. Keep that, and then keep going down. And delete all of, oh no. No. Delete all of these. Because all of these are the past one that's making it not curl, I believe. So let's just delete all of these. It'll take a second, but I'm learning from your channel. You're making a horror game with I'm making a horror game with my friends using your tutorials. Oh man, that's super cool. Hope you guys do good, man. You over Unity objectively, and I'm not arguing with Unity stands. Yeah, no, it's true, man. Trust me, Unity, I mean, I used it for multiple years, and every single time I used it, I've never gotten as far in any game development and understanding and anything, and as I've gotten in Unreal. It's way better over here. Plus, I mean, that was before even all the drama happened with it. Like all the, now they take money from indie developers and stuff. They're so corny, dude. They're corny as hell. Alright, so let's see. If I cut these frames, good. It grips it now. It grips it all the way through. You press the button. Honestly, I'm good with that, guys. I'm actually good with that. Now, if I go into the scene, let's see. I'm gonna watch it one more time. So let's see. If I go in here, he picks it up, grips it with his fingers, presses the button. Nah, that's good. That's all I need, I think. I think that's good for that scene. So what I'll do is I'm gonna get out of the camera now so I don't mess up any of the positioning. I'm going to file, save all. So that's the one I'm gonna use now. So this is the one I'm gonna use. Old Unity CEO quit. That change was not, yeah. I don't know, man. I just feel like, I know that whole thing happened like that and stuff like that, but I feel like even before that, like it was just, there was a lot of things about Unity that I didn't really like. Alright, so let's go out of this. Let's go back to the event graph. So, oh, I have to actually place into level. I forgot. Alright, so this is the one I'm going to use now. So which one is this one? This is version 2. So I'm not going to use version 2 anymore. Actually, bro, just keep it. I don't want to mess anything up. Okay, so we're going to use the new, which means that this first cutscene isn't going to use that anymore. It's actually going to use this one. No, not version 2. We're going to use the new version. Is this the new? Yeah, we're going to use the new version. So let's reference the new version. And we're going to bring that to the sequencer instead. We're going to do it like so. And it should be still 51.5 seconds. Delete all this. After sequence player. All this should still be good. It should just change that now. So what I'll do is we can save all. We can compile, save again. Old Unity CEO is the best. Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know that much about their CEO. Yeah, yeah. Can you make a, oh wait, SCH said, will you make any inventory tutorial? It would help a lot. Yeah, I actually plan on making an inventory tutorial soon. So like the thing with the inventory tutorial though is, I'm making these tutorials kind of based off like things I would use in my own game. So like when I'm making an inventory tutorial, I don't want to make it too like similar to what I'll be creating like in this game or something like that. So I have to make it a little bit different, you know what I mean? But yeah, I'm definitely gonna make an inventory tutorial, and I plan on making it like a spatial one with like a grid, kind of like Resident Evil. So like inventory system. So like if you look at their inventory system, I'm planning on making it something similar to this. Let's get a better picture. Something similar to this style. I really like this style, and I think it's effective. I think it's clean. Especially with like these type of things between. I think it's nice. Can you make a big map making tutorial? That's just landscape, I think. These tutorials on YouTube. Yeah, no, I plan on making a big map tutorial. Like how to make a big map and stuff like that. Especially if you're making, so like with this map, this is gonna be a pretty big map. You can see some of the design, and obviously this is only one layer. But with this, especially with big map making, yeah, I'll definitely make one. But it's really more of like for example, I think I have, let me see, let me go to my downloads real quick and let me actually check. But I'm pretty sure I have like level design images. Yeah, so like you can see, like, I literally drew some of this. Like, this is some of the design I was thinking. So, like, this is the living quarters. So this is the area right here. There's the security camera. There's security footage, everything like that. Over here, I'm planning on having, like, an observation room. I'm planning on there being an engine room. This is, you know what I mean, where you're gonna have to turn on things. The bio lab, the command center. And then there's gonna be the elevator or ladder in the middle. I still haven't decided. And then, so this is only the second floor. I plan on there being 3 floors, I believe. So this is gonna be a pretty big map. So yeah, you can see this is gonna be the layer of the bottom floor. And then there's gonna be 1 layer on top of this one. If not, then can you make a procedurally generation tutorial? Yeah, I'm gonna, so especially with things like that, that's definitely something I'm gonna touch on in the future. But with, like, right now, my kind of, like, what I'm really focused on recently is, like, the realistic first person tutorials, because it's a series on my channel. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna do some stuff like that in the future. Definitely plan on doing stuff like that, fam. Can I send a message in your Discord server looking for game devs, since you know these? Yeah, you can ask, you can do whatever you want. If you want to ask any of them if they're, like, available for hire, or they want to work with you on a game, that's perfectly fine, man. Let's turn that one off. Yeah, so all this will be off. Your tutorials are easily understandable, that's why I'm asking. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. I definitely plan on doing it in the future, though. I definitely plan on doing that for you guys. Let's turn this off. So that light will be, well, actually, hold on. I want to do that. What light did that just turn off? Common? That turns off that light. Okay, I probably do want to do that, or maybe I'll just make that flicker. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make that one flicker. Is the backup generators on? Are you making the whole spaceship as 1 level, or breaking it into multiple levels? So technically it's multiple levels, because of the fact that it's I'm using the, what do you call it? I'm using the way that I can, like, space it up with different levels. So, like, so for example, this is 1 level in itself. This section right here is 1 level. And if I get rid of it, I can just make it like this. And then if I want to see the observation hallway, this is another level technically. So it's all breaking up into different levels. The level streaming and stuff like that is the word I was looking for earlier. But yeah, so it basically just saves performance. So, like, for example, if I'm in this room for the cutscene, I'm not gonna render any other thing except for this thing in the cutscene, so the performance is a lot better. So yeah, I'm planning on doing that for the entire space station. So I mean, technically it's in multiple levels, technically, but there's no, like, loading screen. I don't think I want to do that. I kind of want to make it like more of like the Resident Evil games, where it's more just linear progression and just optimization. What's up, Heisenberg? How you doing, man? Do you know the PT method for making the game infinite? There is no explanation on YouTube that explains it in detail. Why don't you think about making an explanation about this topic? Yeah, so with the PT method, I was actually thinking about, I mean, not making a tutorial specifically, but trying to replicate it. I don't know exactly how they made it, because I'm sure they probably had their methods, but what I think, honestly, like, if you even look at the PT, like, so let's pull up PT real quick. So, like, if you look at like, do they have the PT map from above? Game map. Yeah, so, like, if you see right here, there's a specific spot every single time where I think they just have a box trigger, and that box trigger basically handles all of the mechanics for the game. I'm pretty sure that's all they do. Like, so kind of similar to how I have a box trigger right here. Like, there's a box trigger as soon as you enter this door, and in the level blueprint, I basically tell it what to do. Like, I tell it to load a place of the map, right? I tell it to load a place in the map. I'm pretty sure all they do is they just have a box trigger, and it just randomly assigns the next thing based on what you did last time. I'm pretty sure that's all it does. But in terms of, like, the actual map progression, like the map generation, I'm not sure how they did that. They might have done, like, something where, like, all of the actual assets, so, like, for example, if I make this scene again, I can show you. So like, let's act like this was the picture frame or the phone or anything like that. I'm pretty sure they made all of that blueprints that are like spawnable. And so they just change the mesh and they change it every single time. And they make it so once you walk through that one door, it leads you right back. Like it, like, I don't think it's that complex, to be honest. I think I'm gonna try to replicate that. When we switch between different levels for the loading screen, is it possible to add a video or cutscene kind of thing? Yeah, it is possible. I've never done it, but I know there are people that have done it in game dev and stuff like that. So I'm sure you can, like, I think there's a thing called async loading screen, Unreal Engine. Yeah, there's some like loading screens that are asynchronous, and I think that's what you're looking for, because I think when it's asynchronous you can play a video. I think, I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, right here. Async loading screen easily plays movies, audio files, no need for coding, no temporary maps, no level streaming. So right here, I'm guessing you can change that background and do some like movie editing and stuff like that, so you can use it for a level and for a loading screen. I meant you can make it infinite by using procedural generation map like the backrooms. I think, yeah, you could do something like that as well, but it just depends how they decided to make it. Especially a programmer, there's so many ways you can make things. But yeah, I hope that answered your question about the loading screens and stuff like that. Let's all right, let's see. So let's go back to what we were doing. So let's see, we want to make sure all of these are off. So most of them are. This one I need to change. Let's go to details. Also, so I think we finished this. I think the finger placement for that intro scene is good, so we can keep that as it is. There is one thing though I do want to change. So if I go to the, I can actually do that right now. If I go to voiceovers, and if I go to,
no shit, Evie, I've got to go turn on that power.
Both of those, you can see at the very end they clip, and I don't like that they clip. Like it doesn't sound realistic. You can see right there, there's still like audio decibels that are still coming in, and then just nothingness. So I need to figure out how to fix that. So I think what I'm gonna do is I think I'm just gonna fade it out so you can't really hear it as much, and I think that's gonna be a tactic I'm gonna use. I think that's what I'm gonna use. So like, I'm gonna get this file and I'm gonna see, because I think it would be easier to just boot it up in Audacity and change it there, like instead of doing some like fading stuff in Unreal. Yinku, my PC specs, I basically let me see, where's CPU? See, I kind of just have like, I know it's a good i9 processor, and then I'm basically bottlenecked by my GPU. I think it's a RTX 2060. Yeah, I have an i9 11900K, which I don't even know how good that is anymore in like today's age. But, and then I also have an RTX 2060, which is not good enough for any of the stuff I want to create. So I need to get a better, I definitely need to get a better graphics card like somewhat soon. Gotta invest some money into it, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's my PC specs. I have like 32 gigs of RAM, an SSD obviously for all this stuff. But yeah, this is the main thing on my computer. Let's skip this, let's do this, and then let's edit those files. Are you using Unreal 5.4? I'm actually not using 5.4 right now. I'm using I'm still sticking with 5.3. I feel like 5.3 is a lot easier to use. I don't know. 40 series 250 right now? Stop lying. There's no way. Like what, the 4050 though? Let me go on Newegg. There's no way the 4050 or like the 40 series is that much. Let's look how much like the 4060 is. That's got to be 293. That's actually not bad. That's 2 generations above mine. I need to get a better graphics card, like badly. This one's nice. 8 gigabytes overclocked. Are any of them above 8 gigabytes though? Found a 4060 for $276. Wow. Yeah, I need one of these badly. How much is the 4070 though? Yeah, see, my GPU is holding me back. I have a 3060 with 12 gigs and 12. Yeah. See, your 3060 though, with 12 gigs is a lot better than mine. Mine has 6 gigs, man. And every single time I'm in the level, I'll get, like, for example, if I put all of the level streaming back up, it'll say immediately, usually like in game, it'll say like texture stream, like stream pool or whatever. Like, it'll immediately hit me with that, and it's a pain, especially in game. Like, I can't tell if the performance in my game is actually bad or if I'm just getting bottlenecked by my CPU, by my GPU. Like, you know what I mean? It's just I can't even tell anymore. But yeah, no, that's not a bad deal, especially for some of these. Like 12 gigs. See, 549 is crazy. No, 549 is crazy. 4050 with 12 gigs. See, that doesn't sound bad at all. They're showing me laptops. GPU. Can you not buy a 4050 without the laptop? What? I replaced multiple with Unreal and could tell a massive difference. Really? Yeah. I think that's what I need. I'm gonna ask some of my friends. My one friend has a 4090, and I want to ask him, like, I'm gonna ship my game, like even in its early stage right now, and I'm just gonna ask him like what the performance is looking like on it. Oh wow, you can't buy a 4050. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, even this one though, like $293 is really good. I wonder how much it is on Amazon and stuff like that. I'm gonna look into it later. But yeah, this is the next step for me, honestly. I need to get a better one. All right, let's see. So I have most of this kind of dark now, except for this. I'm gonna change this right now. Let me get out of animation mode. Let me get back into select mode. Oh, what I was doing. Let's go into Audacity and let's actually change this. Will you make a tutorial to make a realistic lighting or something about the light in Unreal? I still get confused with Lumen things. Eventually I probably will. But that's not like my next tutorial or anything if you're asking that. But eventually I definitely will, Xaverius. You should have like a really big hall with like shops and stuff in it, and like holograms would be cool. Yeah, I plan on doing cool stuff like that. I just don't know how big I want the actual space station to be. Because of course, like being an indie dev, I'm limited on assets I can actually use, because obviously I didn't create these, right? So like if I was working with a team, or if I was working with like some artists in Blender, I could definitely make something really crazy with this. But because it's just me, myself, and I, it's a little bit different. I have to change the scope a little bit for it. Before I added 2016, it made me want to learn optimization, because I didn't want yeah, I know, that's exactly how I feel. And I mean, when I run the game, I get like a solid 40 FPS, but I feel like that's just because these aren't like accurately or like optimized the way that they should be, to be honest. Like the guy on the page said they're optimized well, but I don't know. Like if I go into them, they're each 11,000 or 9,000 triangles, right? And so when you have a lot of them, stuff like this adds up. And the shader complexity, like there's a lot of materials on these, so like the more materials you have, the more expensive it is to run. That's the reason why it's hard. So I don't know. I just hope that the nanite like update comes out before I release my game, so then I can just change all these to nanite, and then it runs a whole lot smoother, if that makes sense. But yeah, let's go into Audacity and let's see. I'm gonna look for the file that I have for let's see. You could perhaps make a team. You can message in your Discord server on or on GameJolt or something. Yeah, I know. I could do something like that, but I kind of want my first like real project to just be me. But then after that, I'm open to working with people. I'm definitely open to working with people. I just feel like the more you learn by yourself, the more valuable you are to a team, if that makes sense, Lance. All right, so let's find. I want to find the one. So I have it right here. Hold on, I have it right here. So the no shit Evie clip, I want to add that and change some of it. Bro, Nana is basically almost limitless. If another game dev says you can't make an open world big enough for a Superman game, they're idiots. Yeah, I know. That's why, like, I just need it to be Nana, to be honest. I was making a horror game similar to Fears of Fathom, but longer and more realistic. But now I'm limited by my PC specs and probably have to change the art style to lower quality. I mean, Heisenberg, it depends what you're doing, but you might not have to though. Like if you really need to, you can use like level streaming, like how I have. And basically like instead of, so like if I was running the whole map at once, it would make it a lot more difficult to like be able to run this whole map. But like you can see right here, so I have 622 actors. When I step into certain areas, certain parts of this map are going to be seen. But like if I'm in this section of the map, this whole north hallway isn't seen, so I can just change the visibility. And now there's only 273 actors, which obviously lowers your draw time and your GPU time and your CPU time. So it's just all dependent on optimization, man. It's all how well you can optimize your game. You should really, I might make a tutorial on level streaming so I can really show people, but it's really useful. It's really useful. And also like people got to remember, using lumen lighting is really expensive, like very expensive. If I were to use regular lighting, I think it would be a lot less expensive, and I think it would get a lot better performance. So that might also be something I'm doing. Also like pre-shader caching, there's a whole lot of methods to get better optimization. But okay, I need to change this really quick, and then I'm gonna go into change the reverb settings. So let's go into here, let's find which one it is. I think it's this one, so I'm gonna change it. Decals, there we go, perfect. Okay, so now if I go into lit mode, it's completely dark, which is what I want. There's little lights, but I might make those go dark as well. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I'll keep them. I like that there's one light right here, but we'll see actually in the game. You can also try texture projecting and detail projecting in one 3D modeling. I've never actually done texture projecting. How much are you going to charge for the game? I'm not 100% sure, but definitely not more than like $10. I expect the game to have like around 2 hours of gameplay. And I plan on there being like a dialogue system, so like I kind of want to make different endings and stuff like that, but I mean I haven't really decided on it 100% yet. But yeah, so okay, let's see how we can make these dialogue files look a little bit more realistic. So let's get this. Oops. Okay, well now I'll just open the file that I have right here. Let's drag this in, and let me stop the music for 1 second so I can really make sure I get this right. Let me also, yeah, it's fine. Okay, so I need to basically make it so at the end it fades. So let's see.
No shit, Evie.
You can see like right there, it just, there's audio and then it just cuts immediately, and that's what I can't have. So do I want to use, see, I actually kind of prefer CapCut's system for fading much more than Audacity's. So let me actually go to CapCut really quickly. And actually see if I could do it there, because their system for fading is a lot easier to work with. Make a vending machine that you can press and it will give you an item, but also make it insult the player. It would be hilarious. Yeah, I want to have a bunch of stuff like little Easter eggs around where like if you do certain things. I was actually planning on making this PC monitor right here interactable. And so like the character could actually go on here and interact and like use like applications that I make on the actual computer. I was planning on doing that, along with like other things. Like I have some things planned. I have some things planned that I want to incorporate as well. Is this all loaded? Let me see. Yeah, this is all loaded. Okay, let me just make sure those aren't loaded so it runs a little bit smoother. Okay, let's but yeah, stuff like that would be really cool. Lightning Thief, I want to do stuff like that. All right, so here's CapCut. So here's what I'll do. I'll go into, I think this is where I do some of my audio stuff. Yeah, I did some audio stuff in here. So let me move this TV static and let's grab this, move this in. All right, so here's the no shit Evie clip. Let's see.
No shit, Evie.
Right, yeah. So at the end, that's what I need to fix. I need to make it so this doesn't do that. So what I can do is I can make it fade. Let's just try that fade and see how that sounds.
No shit, Evie.
That sounds a little bit better. Yeah, I know. A lot of the sound design stuff in Unreal. Yeah, there's a lot of sound design stuff in Unreal that definitely could be improved, but I don't know. They don't really focus on it as much as the other things, which, I mean, I get it, but it's really important in a game as well. So, okay, if I fade it right there, you can't tell as much as before.
Shit, Evie. No shit, Evie. No shit, Evie.
I think that sounds a lot better. Now I want to grab the other clip as well. This clip. Let me see if I do that, and if I make that mute for a second. So let me hear how this one sounds.
I've got to go turn on that power.
So yeah, so again, it's like you have to fade this, because if you don't fade it, it clips at the end way too sudden. Let's see how this sounds.
I've got to go turn on that power.
It's better there, but you can easily hear that it's clipping. What if I just, instead of doing that, what if I get rid of the fade, and what if I just reduce the noise?
I've got to go turn on that power.
You can still hear it. What about voice isolation? I don't know how well it's actually going to sound, but just to try it.
I've got to go turn on that power.
You can still hear it. You could also add a audio volume with a custom reverb to make it more natural with the vocals. So actually, I do have a reverb box in here. I have a reverb though, but it's for the footsteps. So I have like a medium hall reverb in here. For whatever reason, it doesn't actually make it so like I added the reverb in Audacity. I kind of like the reverb, but when I do the reverb in Unreal Engine itself, it doesn't actually make it reverb with the actual player's voice for whatever reason. It does with the footsteps though. So like if I went in and I did it with the footsteps, you would be able to see it. So like for example, if I go out of here and if I make this go to false, and if I play,
No shit, Evie.
you can hear the reverb when I
Let's go
walk.
turn on that power.
Also, you can see the video memory has been exhausted because this 2060 can't hold it. And you can hear that fade. Or that reverb, I mean. Yeah, I'll try that. Can't you... Wait, hold on. Can't you fade audio using sound cues? Let's see, actually. I don't usually use sound cues, but let's test it out. So I'll go to my sound cue. I can also add back this music. Let's go to the sound cue and let's see. If I go to audio voiceovers and let's see. No shit, Evie. Let's make a cue for this. And let's go into here and let's see. So if I fade the ending, is there like a fade? Crossfade by distance, crossfade by param. Let's see. How do you fade in here? Did you override the attenuation or make one? Sometimes it needs one. If I go to, so if I'll show you where I went to do that. So if I go to where I'm actually playing that sound effect, here's where I'm playing that sound effect. So here's the no shit Evie clip. There's no overrided attenuation or anything like that for the attenuation settings or anything like that. And I guess that could be the reason why. But I didn't think I needed to do that. I don't know. It might just be because the fact that it already has reverb on it, that I can't really tell the difference between the new reverb, if that makes sense. That could be what it is. I really don't know. It could be that though, to be completely honest with you. So let me see. Is there some fading in here? I could also override attenuation in here, yeah, and make it more reverb. Where is that? Yeah, right here. I can make it more reverb. But the problem really isn't the reverb. The problem really is the fading out. Let's see. Do they have a fade out here? Fall off distance. No, this isn't really what I'm looking for. I wonder though if I can do something with. Let's see.
That power.
Let me turn this off for 1 second.
Go turn on that power.
Yeah, maybe if I fade it like that. Let me see something.
I've got to go turn on that power.
Nah, but you can hear that fade. You can hear that clear as day. Yeah, same. Sometimes I just make the reverb very noticeable for testing. Yeah. Let's see. What if... See, that's the only problem. Like, there's like some clear... It just doesn't extend all the way. So I have to do something like this.
Power.
Honestly, I might just have to live with that.
I've got to go turn on that power.
That's honestly the best I'm gonna do. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna... What is that? That's 0.5? Yeah, it's 0.5. So that's 1, 2... Okay. So here's what I'll do. I'll do this one first, because I do still like this one, I believe.
No shit, Evie.
Yeah, that's fine, because there'll be background noise, so you can't even really tell that it's being faded out, I don't believe. let's make it an audio instead of a video, and let's do no Evie dash reverb. Let's make it fade, just so I know the difference. And I'll export. I'll open that folder. What's up, Dab TV? What's up, man? Let's go here, and then let's go right back. Is there any ambience in your environment? Yeah, I have. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. So like, I have some ambient sound that's going on in the background, which should mask it kind of. But I have like this sound right here, but I think I kind of want to do a different sound. The only problem is it's hard making it because the power is supposed to be off. Dab TV today, so I'll show you our objective. So we completed one thing already today, which was fixing the finger placement for the intro scene for the cinematic. If you weren't here for that, I'm sure you can go back in the live stream and check it out if you want to. But basically, I just had to fix the finger placement on our intro cinematic. And I kind of actually finished this lights thing, guys. I kind of made it so like it's dark in here, at least for now. So I'm gonna check that off too. That seems like it's pretty good. So right now we're working on fixing the main character's speech when they enter the box trigger. Basically, the problem is right now, if I go in and I play it, wait for that to go for a second. If I walk over,
shit, Evie.
you can hear.
I've got to go turn on that power.
As soon as it cuts off, as soon as he's done talking, which is kind of a problem. It doesn't make it realistic. It makes it sound like it's like not done correctly, the sound design. So basically what we're doing right now is I just faded it. So we're gonna test and see how that sounds in comparison. So let's actually I'll delete this sound cue because I'm not really using it. Let's go to unlit, and I'm gonna have to. So this is the faded version. Faded version. What the hell?
No shit, Evie.
That sounds better, I think, but we'll test it out. So wait, where did the reverb go?
No shit, Evie. No shit, Evie.
Okay, it's kind of still the same. It's just faded. So I'm gonna grab this, and instead I'm gonna go to here, and make it like that. And let's see how that sounds in comparison. But first, before we do that, let's go to CapCut and let's do the other one as well. So let's get rid of that one, put in this one, go to about 0.5. It was there. So let me hear it real quick.
I've got to go turn on that power.
That sounds good, I think. So I'm gonna export that, make sure it's a WAV file, and then I'm gonna do got to turn on power fade dash reverb. Let's export that. Open folder, press OK. Okay, so now let's find that file. Cool. I can close this now since we're not gonna actually be using this. Did you ever turn off the apply exposure settings in ultra dynamic sky? So when I was dealing with ultra dynamic sky, I didn't mess with any of those settings, but I did have to turn it off here, man, because when I went into the project settings, I ended up having exposure, auto exposure on, and I realized that messed up a lot of the lighting. But let me actually go to, so is it in the blueprint where that is? Let me see. So let me search for, what is it? Sky? Yeah, ultra dynamic sky. Excuse me. Let's see, exposure. Okay, let's see how this looks. So let's turn it, let's see, in lit mode, and if I turn it off, that makes it a lot more dark though. I mean, more realistic maybe? I don't know. For the first scene, maybe I keep it on. Let's see. It makes it a lot more realistic though. Yunko, I kind of like it. For the flashlight scene, I think it'll be a lot better. But for the cinematic in the beginning, I think it'll be too dark. Like, actually, let's test it. Let's see the cinematic again just to make sure the finger placement is good too. So here's what I'll do. I'll go here. I'll turn this off. And honestly, this might look actually cooler. Let's see. Oh, my dumbass. I forgot to actually make it so the cinematic plays. Let's see. So let's make it so this condition is true. Make that go like that. That's going to go to that. Okay, cool. Let's test this now.
Just so we are clear, you understand that you are not permitted to tell any persons about this besides the crew you're on board with, correct?
Correct.
You also understand that all of this must be recorded in case something unforeseen takes place, correct?
Correct. Just tell me when we're getting started.
Does it look better that dark? Does it look scarier that dark? Kind of, low-key. It kind of looks more horror. I kind of like it.
Danger, 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 danger.
That's an issue. And here's the issue right here. It's that it's playing twice. Why was it playing twice? Was it playing twice? It said it did this, didn't it? Hold on, let me go to the sound. It played that and that? Okay, so it did that sound. And then it also did the... So it did... Oh, okay. Here's what it's doing. You have to wait. It has to wait until it's done. So... Wait, how did I set that up before? They do sound good, don't they? I think the vocals sound really good. If I do it like this, and if I make it so it goes like that, I believe, and then I just turn that off, and then go here, yeah, that plays.
No shit, Evie.
Let's see, with this level of darkness,
I've got to go turn on that power.
I think it makes this, like, this whole scene a lot scarier. I might actually... I think this is actually a lot better, Yinku. I think you just did some, low-key. The only thing is, I don't know if the intro cinematic is too dark. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that intro cinematic was too dark? Like the actual cinematic right here at this desk. Also, I have to put some papers. So, like, actually, let me do that really quick as well. Let's go to Sketchfab. And let's see if we can find some, like, paper models. See if we can find some like realistic paper models, like crumpled paper. A little bit too dark. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It might be a little bit too dark. Let's see if I change it to be, so I could use this and then just, yeah, with post-processing like you were saying, change the, is it the min EVs? That makes it darker. Let's see. So if I do 0.8, 0.8, no, it's not doing it. Let me go back. Try to adjust it with your post-process. Yeah, I personally prefer not so dark, even for the hallway, but you should follow your own taste. It's your game after all. Yeah. Only reason I say that is because it forces them to use the flashlight more. So like when they turn on the power, it obviously wouldn't be that dark, but let's see if I do not bloom, intensity, camera, let me find temperature. Yeah, global effects. Makes it a little bit brighter. Let's see. I'm gonna keep the auto exposure on for a little while, and then maybe just tinker with it when I'm not actually, let's see, or was it just exposure? I think I'm gonna keep it on for a little while, and then when I'm not actually doing it like on stream, I'll tinker with it and see what I can make out of it. But I definitely think I should tweak these settings to make it darker. Just not too dark, but definitely darker. Like, yeah, like SCH, it has a good point because there are a lot of players that don't want it like overly dark. So I think definitely keeping it like that is smarter. All right, so let's see how those new sounds sound when I actually use them. So we have the, where is it? Oh, did I even import them? I don't think I imported them. So I have the turn on that power fade. There's that one, and then I have to grab, let me find the other fade. Let's see. Here we go. Let's import this as well. Yes, I need that. All right, let's see how these sound.
Oh shit, Evie.
So let's use this and, oh wait, I already had this, didn't I? Whoops. Where is the fade? Here it is.
I've got to go turn on that power.
Cool. Okay, so I'm gonna try that basically. So I'm gonna go to the map and go to here and change that right there. I think that'll be good. I'm gonna try to hear how that sounds now. So let's turn off this music for a second. And let's test that out. So I'm gonna make it so it doesn't go. I'm gonna make it so it doesn't even go to this. So that should just spawn me, right? Yeah, it just spawns me. Okay.
Oh shit, Evie. I've got to go turn on that power.
That sounds, I think, a lot better. All right, Yinku. Thank you, bro. It was good having you here, man. I think that sounds a lot better, especially, like, I think I should have some background noise besides just this right here. So I'm gonna look into, like, some other background noise I can have. I mean, I could play right here. That low frequency. What do you guys think of that? If I had, like, that low frequency throughout. I don't know. I think it sounds good. I think it's a good background noise. Let's see if I put that in. Main map. I can fade that in. Fade in audio component. It's not the synth. It's like fade in with audio component here, and then basically let me go back here so I can play this music. But basically you have to grab the actual audio component. So I get this or something. Add audio component, put that like that, I believe. And then I fade it in. I believe it's done like this. Let me actually try. So let's see. I'm gonna get rid of this for a second. And just try it like this. I haven't used this fade in mechanic in a while. So let's actually see how this sounds. But if I try to fade it in like this, it should work. Fade in duration. Let's do like 0.3 and 0.5, maybe like a second or something. We'll see how it actually sounds. Compile, save, and let's do this for 1 second. Let's try it.
No shit, Evie. I've got to go turn on that power.
I think that sounds pretty good, guys. Like that background, but is it too loud? Or does it sound like you're on a space station? What do you guys think in the chat? Does that sound like you're on a space station? Like the ambient noise that you would hear on a space station? I think it does. Yeah, I think it sounds good. I think it sounds like a good ambient sound. I'm gonna keep that actually. I think that's good. But what I think I should do is I don't think I should fade it in right there on that box trigger actually. I think I should fade that in once it all starts, like right here along with this. Actually no, probably even right here when this plays. So I think I should actually play it like up here. So here's what I'll do. We can play the music again. I think I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna extend this, extend that comment, and once I destroy those actors, I'm gonna move that over. I'm gonna fade this in. And basically, I guess loop it, right? I guess I should just loop that the whole time. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that is good. Thanks, guys. So let's see. Start time, yeah, 0. Now I'm gonna have to go into that component though and make sure it loops. Looping, true. Okay, so let's save all. One thing I do want to check that I didn't check before, and it's a good time to check it right now, is really quickly, let's pause the music one more time. I want to check and see if the actual cutscene fixed the fingers. I think it did, but here's what we'll do as soon as it's done. I might have to add a delay. That might be the reason why it's happening. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna add a delay of, so this cutscene's playing and then you wait 16 seconds. That should be the time that it takes for you to go into the actual thing. Man, what is the best blueprint tutorial? Like full, just all about blueprints. There's probably a bunch of them, but I would recommend, like, if you're gonna do a tutorial like that, I watched so many tutorials, but I didn't find someone make it good. I guess it depends what you're looking for, but I do plan on eventually making a like full course on the blueprints, like all different types of blueprint nodes and stuff like that for you guys. So I don't know if you guys are interested in that, but that is something I definitely want to do in the future. Okay, so what I want to test a couple things. So print, I'm gonna make it print should display mesh for one, and it's gonna load in, and then right after it loads in, it should start playing this beeping sound effect. Let's make it do the cinematic. Let's make it pause right here, and let's actually start the scene.
Just so we are clear, you understand that you are not permitted to tell any persons about this besides the crew you're on board with, correct?
Correct.
You also understand that all of this must be recorded in case something unforeseen takes place, correct?
Correct. Just tell me when we're getting started.
As soon as I load in that texture stream, always happens. Let's see really what I want to see right here is I want to see the hand placement. I want to see if the hand, like the fingers actually grip the phone the way that they should. They do. Okay, that looks better. That looks a lot better, guys. Good, so now it should go to the bang. There's the bang.
Danger, 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 danger.
It's playing both.
Emergency power generator activate. Danger.
So I don't know where it's playing that one sound from, but I don't want that sound played. Let's see where it's playing that. It's playing that, like, is it in the sequence itself? I don't remember that being in the sequence. Let's close out of this sequence, but let's go back into the after sequence, and let me hear it here. Does it have that?
Danger, danger, danger.
Yeah, it's just that. It's not
Danger.
it's not also the other one. That's why I'm confused. Where is that even playing from? It's like, oh, you know what? Is it playing from the new? It is. Close that. Okay. That might be the reason why. Okay, so now it shouldn't do that anymore. Now it should no longer do that. Let's see.
Just so we are clear, you understand
Last time.
you are not permitted to tell any persons about this besides the crew you're on board with, correct?
Correct.
You also understand that all of this must be recorded in case something unforeseen takes place, correct?
Correct. Just tell me when we're getting started.
I really like that heartbeat. I think that heartbeat is really cool. And like the blinking effect. I think that blinking effect really adds to the immersion. Good, there's the bang.
Danger. Danger.
Good.
Danger. 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 Emergency power generator. Danger. Activate. Danger.
Good. And now you can move. And honestly, it didn't even trigger. Why is that box trigger not triggering? Yeah, I think it sounds good. I think that's a lot better. Okay, so this box trigger isn't triggering. So let me actually go to it and make sure that everything is good with it. So let's see, let's go to the level blueprint and let's see why it's not triggering. Ah, because I disconnected everything like a dumbass. Okay, so now we'll go in, we'll compile and save, and we're gonna disable that. So now it's just gonna go straight to that delay. Make it a 1 second delay. Okay, so now it's not gonna have any cinematics. So now it's just gonna go straight to. Actually, I'm not even gonna make it do that for now, just for your guys' sake. So.
No shit, Evie. I've got to go turn on that power.
That sounds a lot better, I think. But now what I realize I have to do is I have to fix the subtitles, because now the subtitles aren't going to appear. So what that means is I kind of just need to go to this one, and I just need to copy over the subtitles. So can I just copy this whole thing? Copy all properties, and then go to the fade version, and then paste all these properties. What? It won't let me paste it. That's so corny. Okay, well, that's cool. It's just gonna be manual word wrap, and then it's gonna be in here. I think it's just gonna be no shit Evie, and then we're gonna open up the other one, which is, yeah, that sounds good. Okay, then we're gonna open up the, where is it? Also, is this even being used? What? Nah, that shouldn't even be used. I'm gonna mess with that later. So the no shit Evie one, and then gotta turn on that power reverb.
I've got to go turn on that power.
Where's the faded version? Here it is.
Got to go turn on that power.
Okay, okay. So let's open up this version, and then let's open up the faded version. So same thing, just check these two, and then we're gonna add a new array to the subtitles. And damn, I need water so much this stream. Okay. Then we're gonna have to basically just add this same thing. So gotta turn on that power. What I'll do is I'll just copy this and I'll paste it here. And so now what I can also do is I can make the other versions just go away. So I'll just delete them. Like, this version shouldn't be used anywhere. Yeah, I can just delete it. And then the regular version of this one should not be used anywhere, so I can just delete it, just to save some memory. All right, so now if I go in and if I,
no shit, Evie.
what? Why didn't it appear? Let's see. I wonder why it's not appearing. How did you learn blueprints? I learned blueprints, I mean, kind of like how I guess most of my viewers learned blueprints. Like I watched tutorials a lot when I was younger, and then I just got to reading a lot of documentation, a lot of Reddit, just on Reddit, just seeing how people are solving things. And after that, mainly just trying to like learn things by myself, like make systems and always try to do them by myself. Don't ever like hesitate on asking people for help either. Like, help is never a bad thing, and a lot of people mistaken that. Okay, good. So what I want to know is, why don't those have it? So here's what I'll do. First off, they're also in the wrong section. That's why. So this and this are supposed to be in voiceovers, not in the SFX section.
No shit, Evie.
Why can't that one be moved? Whatever. Hold on. Voiceovers.
I've got to go turn on that power. No shit, Evie.
Okay. So these ones. Just let me see. So we have this. It should show up. That's why I'm confused why it's not. Let's go to here. Play sound at location. No beep fade. Let's do it in voiceovers. Actually, this one is the one that has the actual sound effects, I believe. So yeah, that's another thing we checked off our list, so that's good. The last thing I really want to do before the stream is over is I really want to make the new objective functionality. So let's actually not work on this as much anymore and really start focusing on the new objective. So okay, here's what that's gonna look like. Basically, I don't know how many of you guys, I'm sure you guys have seen this in games before, but there's like objectives. So like for example, like let's look up new objective horror game, and if you go to like images, in the top right of the screen usually there's like a notification that pops up with like an objective that you have to do. Something similar to this, and I want to make the UI for it right now. So I want to find one that's like cool inspiration and then kind of model it after that, and then work on the animation for it, and then make it so like it's a function so I can call it whenever I want to on the character. So let's see if we try to get an objective. So like let's see other objective notification horror game. Here's what I'm looking for. Let's see which ones have like cool objectives. Like that's a decent one. So I need like something like that image in the background. I need something like that so then I can start working on it like that. So let's see, what can I look up for that? Actually, I might have a pack with that. Let me go back to my thing right here. Also, let me know what you guys think of these sounds in a second for like new objectives and stuff like that. I think they sound good. Let's go to themes right here. So these are some sounds that I used when I was in Unity, and I think they sound pretty good. Hold up, content sounds. I'm going to it right here, and where is it? Objectives. So let me know what you think of this. Ready? Let me lower the music for a second. I think these sound good, so I think I'm going to use one of these for the start objective. I think that's pretty good, and this one as well. So for like, this might be start objective, this might be finish objective, I think. So basically I'm gonna work on that right now. So first thing I have to do is make it go from an OGG to a WAV. So we're gonna do that right now. Let's grab both of these and let's move them right into here and just convert them. We also play that music again. Cool, so now we have both of those. So I'll download and download. So now I have both of those, and I'll go into my main map. I'll go to SFX and I'll go to change it to objectives. And in the objectives folder, we'll go and we'll add the new ones we just created. Let's go to, here it is. So I just put them in. So let's hear them one more time so I can tell which one is which. I kind of think this should be new objective, and I kind of think this should be objective or finish objective, I guess. I kind of think so. I think this sounds more like a new objective sound effect. So basically what we're gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to, I guess in the HUD or wherever I'm displaying all the information, I'm probably gonna do it there. So let's see, let's go to my blueprints, or let's go to my first person, then my blueprints. And see, am I displaying the HUD by default? I'm displaying the settings menu, but let me see, and the input mapping, but I'm not doing the HUD. Here's the HUD. So okay, I'll have to do something like if they're in the, let's see, maybe I'll deal with the HUD in the level blueprint actually, because of the fact that I'll need to be casting to it. So here's what I'll do then. We can create, because I have this blur widget that I'm going to need. I'm also going to do the same thing but for the HUD. So let's basically duplicate this, get rid of this, and just change this to HUD. Which one is which? I guess we'll find out once we do that. Yeah, this is fine. This is a good one. All right, so now that we have that HUD, let's just promote it to a variable like so. Let's do HUD widget reference. So now we have a reference to that HUD, and let's do it like so. Let's drag it down, move it over, and let's create that comment, and then let's make it so it's all the same. So we're gonna also create HUD widget, and then now let's see, let's also make it so like all these are the same distance, just for clarity. All right, so now I have the widget here, so I can always cast to it in the level blueprint, which will make it a little bit easier. So okay, because if I'm dealing with triggers like this, I want to make it so a HUD appears after this trigger, which would mean that I would need to do something in the level blueprint itself. So let's start working on it now. So if I have an image, or it would be an image kind of, and there would need to be, that's the FPS. Let's grab this image. Let's anchor to the right side of the screen. Let's change the position, and let's change the size of it. So it would probably be, let's see. Actually, let's anchor to the top right hand corner. And I'm just gonna move it and feel it out. So it'd probably be about like this. And I'll have to get an image for it as well. So like, let's see. If I go into some of the assets that I bought in Unreal, I know I have one. Here's a dark UI. Let's see right here. If I go to textures, borders, what are shadows? That's just gradients, but I need actual like textures that I can use. Let's see, if we go to, those are, what is other? These won't work. Documentation, animations. It's gotta be here. Placeholders? Oh no, those are like literally placeholder images. Okay, so not those. What are shadows? No. No, it's a gradient horizontal. Grunge. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm looking for. So I need grunge like this. Which one do I want though is the question. Border wide? Not that. No. What other ones do we have? I don't want tall. I kind of want like a, no, not a radial either. I want like a horizontal. This might be decent. Only thing is, I think I'm low-key using this for the actual interaction door thing. So like, well, I'll import a couple and we'll see how they look. So let's see, there's that one. That's decent. Here's what I'll do. I'm gonna try to import this one and we'll see how it looks. So let me move it over, go over here, and we'll move this in. And let's just change it to objective background. And we're gonna need to change a couple settings. So like for one, it's gonna have to be, instead of world UI, instead of default, it's gonna be user 2D. Make it a little bit clearer. Now let's go to here. Let's change this image to be the one that we're using right now. Now that's too big, but we can always size it to be like, this, maybe make the tint. Like, I don't know if it should be black 100% or if it should be like, I think the opacity is probably better. Like if I do like a 0.7 or something, maybe, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it fades in. So like, let's do objective image, and we're gonna make it like text. Obviously text would have to be on top of it, so let's get like text. And maybe that'll say like the objective name. So if we have like objective, right, and then we change it to be like maybe italic. Nah, maybe not, maybe not even that font, to be honest. If I do that, might look better, but even then it probably should be a different font. For now that'll work. And what I can do is I can create one of those like horizontal bars. I like those horizontal bars. So let's see, horizontal bar images, not like that. Bruh, like these, but like I need the image. I wonder if he has them in here. Let's see, if I go to duplicate this page, so if I just close this, go here, and then let's take the same exact, let's see, I need like what is this? Yeah, those panel corner. Oh no, damn, if it was a bigger panel that might have actually worked. Yeah, no, that won't work either. Decal, that might be cool. I could also do something like that. Yeah, I'm gonna try to import all of these actually. Let's import those and see what we can do with that as well. What I'll do is I'll make an objective folder. And let's move all of this and this into the objective folder, and let's go in there right now. And all of these have to change, so like I can change this to be UI, user 2D, user interface, UI, and then this one as well. So this will be UI, user interface. Boom. So all of those are changed. So now basically I kind of just have to tinker with them to see how they actually look. So let's go back to the HUD and let's add a couple more images. Let's see how these will look. So let's anchor them all to the top right, reset position, and just compile and save. And then let's actually add some of these. So let's see how this decal will look first. Let's do that, and then let's if I do that, and what if I did it behind, so like a -Z? That might look cool, especially if I make it darker, obviously. Same opacity, like 0.65. I feel like this is what's throwing it off. I feel like this should be a different image instead of this one. So let me see. Let's do this brush wide and see how that looks. I don't know. I feel like this is kind of cool. We don't want it in the top right corner, I don't believe. We don't want it all the way up. So if I lower it a little bit, or maybe make it like right there. Maybe not have that for now. If I have this corner though, add this image, make it that corner piece, and make it like this, and just like, can I twist this? Make it anchored like that, boom, boom. But I want to have it, I have it twisted 180, so I have it like facing the other way. Transform, angle, there we go. Okay, so now let's make it the same color and opacity, like black. What if it wasn't, it was just straight black? Might be too big. I can't really even tell for like, let me like go into the game and turn on this HUD so I can fully see.
No shit, Evie. I've got to go turn on that power.
There we go. Now the captions also work. Okay, so like I don't see the HUD. I don't see this at all, so let's see why. Ah, it's not connected right here. Let's compile and save. Let's go back. Let's go right back to this and plug this in.
No shit, Evie. I've got to go turn on that power.
Maybe I should definitely not make it black because maybe it should be, because it's already gonna be darker, so like maybe not a red. Let's grab this once again and see how that would be, and then make the text black. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna tinker with it more, but mainly what I really want to do is I really just want to, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut this for now. We'll keep it like that just so we can see it. That's definitely not gonna be the final product. But what I want to do is I want to get another text. So can I make this text? Let me make a child of that, but I'm going to keep it in that position, obviously. Let's make it anchored to the top right instead. And then let's make sure this image is anchored to the top right. Okay, cool. And then let's get more text. And let's make it like this. And we're basically just going to lower the font size. Probably like 15, and we're gonna make it Roboto light, and let's just make it something like checking to see objective. But basically this is going to be updated dynamically is what I want to do with it. So let's make this black. So basically this would be the objective, but let's bind. So let's create a bind, and what we want to do is we want to basically get a value that it's given. So can we get an input in this? Let's get an input, and let's make it a text. And basically we're gonna get this text, and we're just gonna plug it into this text. Has the wrong number of arguments. It needs to return 1 and take no parameters. Oh, so I can't take a parameter in it. So I can't do this. Okay. Because it's getting the text dynamically. I understand. Okay. So I have to make it then. Let's see. So I have to be able to pass in that though, because if I want to set it to be every single one has a different one, like a different objective, then I need to be able to get this value from something. So, how can I do it? I can make it so I can do it through my character. Like if I do booleans, I can do it through booleans. but I wanted to kind of do it here. Let's see, if I go here and I do function create objective. So if you create an objective, really what it's supposed to do is, bruh. What it's supposed to do is, let's just play another one. It's supposed to make it so that this new objective pops up with a notification, fades in, then fades out, however way that I want. And then after that, actually we can also do that now. So like we can just go here, and fading is really easy. We can just make it all go, so like animations. Let's grab a new animation and we'll make it objective. Like objective fade. And so then we'll do a new track, and let's grab the objective image, and let's grab both of these texts. So let's actually name them. So like objective heading, and then objective text. And what I can do is I can just grab this, make that a variable, and maybe then I can just cast to the objective instead, the objective HUD, instead of having to make it a bind right here. So instead, let's remove this binding, and let's do in the graph, in the event graph, we can just make it so on the pre-construct it automatically, or no, I'd have to do it on the event tick because it would automatically update every other time. There's definitely a better way to do it than what I'm thinking right now, but one way that I could do it is if I have a create objective, and also let's close these. If I have a create objective and then it references this HUD, but also let's do this animation really quickly. So if I'm having this, and then I'm gonna have the objective text, and then I'm gonna have the objective heading. Oops, objective heading. And let's make all of those a component. And then once those are all components, then I can actually start animating them. So let's grab them. Let's grab the transform, I believe. The transform. And essentially we want the transform to be out of the image. Either I can fade it in, or I can fade it from the right to the left. Like, do I want it to look like this, right? Which might not look bad. Or do I want it to fade in? I mean, I could do both. I might just do both. Let's see. So if I go into this and then go to this animation, let's actually dock this animation page, dock and layout. All right. So now if I have this, I want to also get the transform of this, and also get the transform of this. And let's grab it, and let's do, so let's actually make it so originally they're all out of the screen like that. And let's take that transform for this as well, and also for this. And then after like maybe 0.5, they will all be on the screen. Oops, bruh, redo. Well, that's annoying. That's why sometimes oh wait, did it save? It did, okay. So I have to go to 0.5, and then let's grab all of these, and then we're gonna keyframe it again. So just grab, and we're gonna move them to be on the screen. And we'll keyframe, and keyframe. Now the only thing is it should be moving from the other side. Let's see. Bruh. I can make it like right here, so I guess I have to do it this way. So I'll make it 525. So it's gonna go 525 to there. And then we're gonna do the same thing with this one. So we're gonna, if we're gonna make it in the beginning state, we need to make this go over to there. And then let's go to, so it's 5:35, I guess. And then we need to do it lastly with the heading. So let's go to the transform, translation, and move that over to the right to, I guess, 525. Great. Okay, so then Now it's gonna all rotate over. Now along with it rotating over, let's make it so it fades in at the same time. So we just add another track to them. Let's go to visibility, or no, render opacity. Let's make them all 0 by default. And then here, let's make them 1. Yeah. Perfect. So it'd be 0. Then it'll go to 1. And then same thing here. So we'll make another one. This will have also a render opacity. So let's make this 0. And let's make this 1. So good. And now I need to do it with this text. So let's go to render opacity. There it is. And we need to make this 0 by default, and then 1. Great, so that's pretty good. It faded in pretty well. So I think I'm gonna keep that for now, just for now. And then we can always just play it in reverse once it's done or whatever, once you completed the thing, but I'm probably gonna make a better animation for that. So we have the objective fade. So here's what we'll do. We'll go to here. Since we have it here, what I want to do is I want to first things first, just put it on the screen. So he's going to say, I need to turn on that power. We're going to fade, or no, we're going to delay. And we're going to basically wait like 0.5 seconds. And then get this animation. So we're gonna basically add it to the viewport and then also play that animation at the same time. So let's go to grab this and let's add to viewport, which I think it already was up here, or no, maybe that's why we weren't seeing anything. Let's do that like so then we don't see it originally. Well, that makes me think, should I just have it be a different reference? I can make it a different widget entirely. That might make it a little bit easier. I'll tinker with it, but let's see. For now, let's just make it appear. So it's already there, so then we just need to play animation. So let's go here, let's go off of this, and let's get the, what is the animation called? I think it's called objective fade. We'll play the animation. Start time, forward, cool, okay. So here's what I'll do. I'll make it so there's no cinematic and it just goes straight to this. And we'll also make it so it doesn't play that sound. So let's just go boom.
No shit, Evie. I've got to go turn on that power.
So it doesn't seem like it's appearing in the top right. So I gotta figure out why it's not appearing in the top right. The one thing that I can think of is that it's not. Let's see. So if I play, it appears though. That's why it's confusing. So let's see. If I do it normally, obviously there's nothing there, but when I play it, something happens. So let's see. Is it all parented the way that it should be? Or am I maybe... Oh, I might be doing the wrong widget. I might be working on the wrong widget because there's 2 W HUDs. So there's that one, and then there's also... Let's see. Is that the reason why? Yeah, that might be the reason why. So if that's the case, that's a shame. But all I have to do is just change up here this to the other W HUD. I'm just gonna change them. So like make this one, is this the right one? Let's see. No, this isn't the right one. So this is the right one. So we're gonna rename that one. Let's go to widgets, W HUD. Let's make it player HUD, just so I know the difference, and that'll be the right one. And then we'll go back to the HUD, or back to the main map. And oh, it is the player HUD. Wait. Huh. Let's try something. I'm gonna try to change this color to be, instead of red, like that color. And let's see. No, it's using the other HUD. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to a different one, then we're gonna go to player HUD. Promote new variable. Yeah. Okay. And we're gonna do HUD widget ref player HUD widget ref. Okay. And then we're gonna go here, get this, which should work like that. And then what I want to do actually, before I even do this, it's adding it to the viewport, which is confusing. I don't know. Oh, wait, is that the reason? So now,
No shit, Evie.
it's not in the viewport because I didn't add it in the viewport right here. So let's just add to viewport. Actually, let's do this. Let's go right here and add to viewport, because then I can just make an animation for all the stuff to appear. Add to viewport, like so. So now all of that stuff should appear. So yeah, gotta go turn on that power or whatever. So let's not actually do that. Let's just do it like this. Now this should work. Let's see though.
No shit, Evie. I've got to go turn on that power.
There we go. Now we can see the objective in the top right. Okay, cool. So it appears, first things first though, we can definitely see that it's way too close when it goes over. That is too close. So let's move this over a bit. For that text transform. Let's see, let's go boom. Oh no, well, okay. Bruh, undo, undo, undo. Go back to this. Yeah, let's go to here. Let's go to translation and let's just move it more to the right and make that the actual thing. So if I go from here over, great. So now that's good. Now I need to make it so that I can update this objective text whenever I want to. So let's see.
No shit, Evie. I've got to go turn on that power.
Good, okay. So now we'll make it so we can change that objective text probably in the next live stream. How long have we been live streaming actually? Let's see. We're at 2 hours or so. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it there for today, guys. We've gotten a decent amount of progress done today. We got a couple of the things checked off the mark. Let's see, what else have we gotten done? So we got the sound effects, so we know what sound effects we're gonna do. We have we're gonna make the functionality, we're gonna do the animation. We kind of did the animation already. And then the next thing to do is the main menu. So we're gonna keep these things, we're gonna do these things in the next tutorial, or in the next tutorial. I'm on autopilot mode. We're gonna do those in the next live stream. And I might actually do them before the next live stream, I'm not sure. But yeah, if you guys haven't joined the Discord, I'll post the Discord in the chat one more time so you guys can join. Let me grab that link really quickly just so you guys can join and you guys can be a part of the community if you guys want to. Copy. Yeah, so if you guys want to join the community, there's the link. You guys can always join the community and talk with us about anything game development or whatever you guys want to do. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you guys later.